All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants. This is the Week 11 offensive line report. Going to do a few different segments this week. Going to finish off with the Shane Lemieux segment, which is obviously negative. Going to do an Andrew Thomas segment, which we always do, but we're going to focus on some technique that he's done. And he actually talked about it in an interview last week. And then we're going to start off with Nick Gates. You know, we'll get into all of it, but I think he should be the starting center going forward. So, didn't do a segment on Azudu. He only played the second half. Had some bad pass blocking reps, but clearly was better than Shane Lemieux. And then Matt Parrott, I thought he wasn't horrible. You know, he definitely had some bad reps as well. But honestly, like, it was better than most Evan Neal games. Like, I thought he was getting to his spots well, was working independent hands. Did well versus some inside counters, but he also struggled with some power. Got beat around the corner, so... Gonna wait on a Matt Parrott segment. Maybe we'll get one for Thanksgiving versus Dallas, which is a bad matchup, but nonetheless. But we're gonna start off with Nick Gates. Now, again, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Bam! All right, first play. We're looking at Nick Gates at center. Nick Gates for center 2022. We're bringing back the campaign. What do we talk about? Kill the will. That's what you should do as a center pass blocking. We set towards them, and we are aggressive. We land our hands inside, and watch the feet keep moving. Keep the feet moving. You got your hands inside, keep the feet moving. All right, you want to go back left? I'm here. You want to go back right? I'm here. Just destroy the will to where now the defensive lineman is totally given up on this play. Again, pass pro is not passive. Gates is going to have longer arms than most centers. Obviously, was a tackle. Keep the feet moving. Wherever you go, I go. Awesome. Next play. Kill the will. Wherever you go, I go. This guy's lined up as, head up on the guard. Set towards him. Feet. 1, 2. Land the hands inside. You've got good knee bend. Good, your feet are nice and wide. Hands inside. He wants to go left. All right, we're here. He wants to try and anchor and get power. I'll go to the hop step. He wants to go back right. My feet are moving. He wants to go back left. My feet are moving back here. And then I'm going to give Azudu a little chance to get a shot on him. Just awesome stuff. Here, good recovery, which we have not seen from our interior guys. Like, he sets towards him. Defensive tackle works a good move. It's kind of like that hook move we seen Glowinski get beat with. Good move. Feet recover. Like, this should be a clear loss. For most of our other interior offensive linemen, this is a clear loss at this point. But just good balance, keep the feet going, work them back inside, and recover on it. Good stuff. Also, something that's so underrated with centers, and it's happened in this game negatively for Feliciano, is help. You don't really notice it until you see it. But man, it's a huge difference than what the Giants have gotten. Just when the stunts are coming, like he sets to him, as soon as you realize that there's some type of stunt coming, not just turn your head, but turn your hips, and you're ready. Landing a hit. Just help in general. Like, you're setting for this guy, quick. Like, just quick awareness. A lot of times, like, with other centers, that he's setting to this, and then he's just kind of staring at this. Nope. He's working back outside. Check. Check right. Get aggressive with your help. Don't just sit back on your heels. Get aggressive with help. This isn't groundbreaking stuff. He didn't have a ton of reps. You know, Bobby Johnson wants dirtbags. He wants a dirtbag out of the center. Well, guess what? That's the guy that plays like a freaking dirtbag. He's looking for that help. Get in his get right under his freaking helmet and jaw jack his ass. That's dirtbag shit right there. I'm not fighting in training camp. I wanted to explain this. So the Giants are out of empty, no back. Lions run a blitz on this. So you have the 2-eye inside of the guard right here. So Gates has to set towards this. This is a good blitz versus an empty formation. Now, even with that, so when Jones sees this, he immediately turns his head, throws hot, which is Darius Slayton. Right read. So this is not going to get blocked up because Gates has to set towards this. Even if he turns his head back right here, you're not getting this block, but maybe you can get a piece of him and Glowinski can pull off and get 55. This is just kind of well executed. But Gates has to be quicker. When he sees this, he's got to be quicker, like we showed on the other plays, turning his head and trying to get a piece on this, and maybe you get less of a hit on Daniel Jones. But that guy being unblocked, there's no one to really blame for that besides blame the coaching staff for running out of an empty formation. But that's why I hate empty formation for the most part, unless you're the Bengals. And they didn't have many run reps, but I figured I'd throw them in this play. Or Gates didn't have many run reps, but look, you want to get this guy outside the outside shoulder of Glowinski? Gives him a nice shove. Give that help. Get your hip square. Land your helmet inside the linebacker. Now Jones keeps it. But that's just some good stuff. So awesome to see Nick Gates back out there. Again, I'm not sitting here saying this guy's going to come in and light the league on fire. He's going to be the exact same player as in 2020. But he looks close enough. And with Feliciano's bad play, Gates, we know what he's capable of younger. I think it's a no-brainer to play Gates. Play Gates as the starting center. So, Nick Gates for center 2022. Get the campaign rolling. This week's O-Line Report is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, baby. Ridge Wallet's the best. It's as tough as Nick Gates. It's as reliable as Andrew Thomas. And it's as small as Wan'Dale Robinson. But it holds up to 12 cards. Plus, room for cash. There's over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. I think burnt titanium is my favorite. It's like MetLife. One day, maybe that could be some burnt titanium in there. The wallet has over 50,000 5-star reviews. The durable material means each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. We should be giving Andrew Thomas a lifetime contract. The Ridge team is so confident that you'll like it that they'll let you test drive it for 45 days. You can send it back for a full refund if you don't love it. Check out the link in the description and use code JOHNBOY for 10% off. Again, check out the link in the description and use code JOHNBOY for 10% off. You'll be glad you did. All right, so let's talk about Andrew Thomas. Obviously, we're going to do a weekly segment, awards now. By the way, for those saying he doesn't have a lot of true pass sets without help, well, guess what? He had the most true pass sets in a game for a left tackle without allowing a sack, hit, or pressure with 25 in this game. But we're not even going to show his best pass sets in this game. I want to focus on something. He had an interview with Dan Duggan for The Athletic, and he talked about circle technique, which is essentially taking your hands away from pass rushers, and that's kind of what the greats do, is so you don't let guys use their hands against you. And I want to talk about how pass rushers can play against it, but Andrew Thomas is so good that it doesn't matter. Also, he had some good push in the read option zone run game, and I think the Giants should look at this film and be like, you know what, this is something we can game plan to maybe try and get our running game a little bit back on track involving Daniel Jones and the back. So let's get into it. First play, again, we're going to look at this circle technique. That's what we're focusing on this week. So you're simply taking your hands away. Taking the hands away from pass rushers. So see how he's going to make a move? Thomas's hands are right here. Pass rusher seeing hands right there. I'm going to swipe him away. Pulls him. And now he's swiping at air. Pulls him. Lands the hands. High hand, low hand. Left hand high. Right hand low. Good knee bend. Good postures. Good width with the feet. And a dominant rep. Allows Lemieux to come in for a rip shot. But just quick. Watch how quick the hands, this little circle movement. Bam. That messes up the pass rusher. You've landed your hands. Awesome rep. Next play. It's quick and it's subtle. Again, see this pass rusher go for that hand? Try and swipe that hand. Now watch Thomas. His hands go from here. I mean, they're so quick. He times it up perfectly. And just like the last one, left hand high, right hand low. Good knee bend, good feet. Good stuff. Again, let's watch it in regular speed. Just watch how quick and subtle it is. Bam. And our hands land. Next play. Pass rusher's trying to dip, bend that edge. Watch the left hand go. He goes for that hand movement. Thomas again. Thomas's hands. Take him away. He's working against nothing. Wash him around this corner. And just watch how athletic he is. Like, again, just the feet to be able to just dominate this rep. The athleticism. That's why he's able to, like, he talks about it. He's like, I cheat inside. I cheat inside because I know I'm more athletic than anybody. That they can't get around me in the corner. Next play. Same stuff. He goes for that left hand. Pull it. Doesn't land the punch. Reload the hands. Now they're landed. Good stuff. Now here's what, if I was a pass rusher, I would do against Andrew Thomas. I would just bull rush him. Because if he's not going to let me use my hands against him, he's too athletic to bend the edge. Really the only way to he protects the inside so well, the only way to go through him, beat him is to go through him. And if he's taking the hands away, well, guess what? That leaves his chest exposed if you're going to go through him. But he's just, his ability to recover and anchor is just unreal. Like, that's what he does. Power. Like, gets in the chest, has leverage. That's what you want in your bull rush versus tackle. But his feet just stays balanced. Brings the hands back inside. Re-anchor. And it's a dominant rep. Next play. Again, he goes to do that circle technique. Bull through him. Good job, pass rusher. Again, good balance. Feet stay wide. Put your hands inside. Anchor. Like, that's got to be so frustrating to be a pass rusher going up against Andrew Thomas every single week. And then I just want to throw some push. Giants ran a lot of zone read option. And Thomas consistently, I mean, he is moving these defensive tackles. And if I were the Giants, and I would tell Saquon Barkley to do what Matt Breida did on this. To press the hole and then just run off of the ass of Andrew Thomas. Because I promise you he's going to get movement. You just see the burst off the line of scrimmage. Bam, we're moving him down. Again, Jones keeps on this. We're starting here. We're moving to the middle of the field. We're walking this up into the linebacker. Like, if this ball, if he hands this ball off, Literally just run up on this. And the ends did good jobs. Did a good job on these, like playing it honest to where it's not an easy decision for Jones. But if this is what the kind of run game they want to run, like it's either DJ keep or run off of Thomas. Here with Lemieux. I mean, just look at the momentum, look at the strength. Create a pile. Again, if you keep, you want to, try and outrun him. But I would run off of Thomas. Linebacker does a good job on this, but just keep running off of Thomas. Again, look at that movement. We're starting at the hash. We're getting movement to the middle of the logo. We're getting movement horizontally and vertically. DJ keeps on this. Good job. So, obviously another great game for Andrew Thomas. Give him his awards because he deserves it. All right, let's finish off with some negative with Shane Lemieux. Part of me does feel for the guy because, he came out in 2021, had a good first 20 snaps, and then missed the rest of the season with the injury. Comes back, he's supposed to be the starting left guard, going to get a real shot, and then gets the toe injury in the first preseason game. So I don't want to totally judge this guy off of this one game and say, see, he's never going to be anything in the NFL because, you know what? Week 1, Ben Bredesen, Josh Azuto, both those guys looked horrible. And again, this is his first time playing real football snaps essentially since 2021. I know he played in the preseason for one series versus the Patriots. So it's a tough spot, but this NFL is a tough business where, guess what? You don't have, Max Garcia behind you. You had Josh Azudu back behind you, and they're not, after this performance, they're not going to give you another shot unless it's by injury. So, tough business. Obviously you're not taking him off the roster or anything, but I don't think there's any reason for him to start unless there's injuries. Ben Bredesen, Mark Lewinsky, Josh Azudu, and Ben Bredesen should all be ahead of him on the guard depth chart. So, but let's get into it. Why the stuff was bad, and honestly wasn't just his technique. He just kind of has some, he has short arms. So this is the second play of the game where he gives up a pressure. He starts this play off well. He sets to the man, helmet on helmet, shoots his hands, gets his hands inside. See this right hand rework? This is good technique. His feet are wide. And he's not able to get that right hand off of him. And 54 is able to pull, swim, and just takes advantage of him. Just able to get into his chest. Good, bam. And then the next play of the game, which is the sack. McNeil just times up the punch. Sets towards him, goes for that two-hand punch, and you just see he times up that punch perfectly. Stab with the right hand, knock those hands off him. That sends his momentum, turns his shoulders. Now you got a bad rep. Now, guard is a lot better, different than tackle, where you got a punch. You almost think he'd be better off with some not doing two-handed punches, which I know the Bobby Johnson and Brian Dale teach, but at the same time, it's just he timed up your punch well, and you weren't able to move your feet over. Next play. Your hands are wide. He punches you in the chest, and he just wins that leverage, that power battle. Again, this is not bad technique by Lemieux. He's just losing. Could his hands be a little bit better? Yeah, but that's not horrible. He's got good feet. And he's just able to work them off balance. He even tries to rework the hands. Maybe he could go to that hop step that we see Thomas actually use it on this play. Watch the Bam, bam, that hop step. But his hands aren't really in the place to do that. And just gets pressure in DJ's face. Here's one that looks bad on him. It's not really his fault. This is, I think, more on Feliciano. So they run this game up front, this stunt. So he's setting here, that's his job. And he just gets blown up by this because Feliciano just doesn't. Feliciano's setting towards him, but not able to get a piece on him. And you got to give credit to the Lions, too. This isn't like, how could John Feliciano do this? But just gets into him. And that looks like a horrible Shane Lemieux rep. And it's surely not a good one, but you don't want to kill him on that. But it was just, there was really no, like, a couple positive pass pro reps, which we'll go through right here. But there just wasn't there, and the run game wasn't as dominant as you wanted. Here was like his best pass pro rep. Like, sets towards the man. Like, his feet are good. Hits that punch, and then the D lineman goes to the spin. He goes to that spin, reload your hands, and then put, hands back inside. Like, that's perfect. That's the posture you want. That's the feet you want. DJ ends up running into a hit on this. I'm going to go through this play on the film review, too. But keep your feet moving with it. Like, that's a good block. Here on the Aiden Hutchinson interception, he's pulling. Lays a nice hit. And in the run game, I didn't see any physical issues, and we he was a good run blocker as a rookie. You're working some combos. They ran a lot of zones, so there wasn't a lot of single blocks that he had. But good feet. Good feet, like good knee bend, good base, choppy feet, short steps. Hands land inside. Helmet placement is good. He just makes this. He helps himself. He helps Thomas help him. Like, he lands this. The start of this block is perfect. It allows Thomas to get push on that, and that allows these guys just to block right into the linebacker. Now Jones ends up keeping this, but if this end plays on us on Jones, I mean, this is a nice crease, and this was one of the more fun things about watching the 2020 rookie season was these two guys had great chemistry in the run game. And that's why there was some hope that if he could improve his pass blocking to just average, he could be a player, maybe, move to center long term or just have on the team. Here, this next one is going to combo with Feliciano in the zone. Good hat placement, good feet. Like, you see Feliciano's leaning, his feet are clicking together. Not Lemieux. Comes off to the linebacker. Good stuff. But then there was just some mental errors on not just him, but okay, so here, I think this is just bad chemistry. I don't even know if this, so watch this. These two guys are going to double. And 54 is tackling Saquon in the backfield. So how does this happen? So pre-snap, at this point, like, Slayton's manned up here, Thomas is manned up here. And then Feliciano and Lemieux are thinking, all right, we're comboing 54 to 34. And then, these guys are going to kind of combo to here. But Wandale gets put in motion. The linebackers jump down, and they run, like, Anzalone plays himself out of the play. So they're working this combo. And Feliciano comes off of this. Like, I put this more on Feliciano. Like, you don't need to come off to this on Anzalone. And then Lemieux, because Slayton loses this block, gets, because he gets his feet tangled up. Lemieux comes off of this onto the DB. But Feliciano's gone. You're leaving guy unblocked. And I think that's just bad chemistry. Obviously, first time playing. And he really didn't even get much time with him in camp because Feliciano missed so much at the beginning of camp. But I put more blame on this on Feliciano because you're taught in these wide zones, which is what this is that if this D lineman's flowing, get in his hip and push. Get in his hip and push. I just think they would have been better off Feliciano staying on that. And then here, this is the first play of the game. Thomas is expecting to be able to pass this off to Lemieux when they run this run blitz. But they're working a double to here. Guess what? When he jumps to the backside A gap, I mean, I guess you give the Lions credit. They ran a good run blitz. I don't know. So, I don't think we're going to see Shane Lemieux this year. At least hopefully not, because that would mean injury. So Josh Azuda should be the starting left guard. I was surprised that he was healthy enough to play in the second half, but they didn't start him. And then, he's not going to, they're not going to unseat Glowinski or even Bredesen for Lemieux. So hope you guys enjoyed this O-line report. Short week for the Cowboys. So film review will be out later today. Like and subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. See you on the next one. Let's go Big Blue.